Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today we're back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and attempt the 4x4 build challenge. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1 and I will have a link in the description to the online gallery if you want to go ahead and download the build that way. So like I said, this is the 4x4 challenge. I actually have done the 5x5 challenge probably about a year ago, and I thought I'd go ahead and try this out because, you know, I think it would have been pretty challenging, but actually once I've tried it now, it wasn't too bad. I thought it would be much worse, but you know, there were a few problems here and there that I had to kind of, you know, work around, but overall it wasn't too bad actually, which was nice. So I've actually got a playtester sim in here. I didn't actually make this sim, it's just somebody that I got off the gallery. You know, when you go to create a sim and you can just click the randomize button from the gallery, I always do that when I go to take my screenshots for a build. Like, I don't have a specific person that I use or actually make a sim when I take screenshots and stuff or do playtesting. I just get a sim randomly from the gallery, as it's kind of just an easier way and just overall much quicker to do that way. So the kind of style that I went for is kind of a mix of different things actually. The bathroom is kind of actually really modern. Well, in areas it is. The sink maybe not so much, but it is got more of a modern aspect to it. The main part of the house is got like a traditional aspect to it, and maybe some aspects of modern as well. And then the exterior, again, it's kind of a mix of traditional and modern. So it's got like those kind of like green tiling sort of things, what they call like retro looks tiles or something in game. I can't remember what the actual name of the item is, but I used those along with the siding from cats and dogs, along with seasons windows as well. So there's a whole bunch of just a mix match of things. I did actually try to find some more modern windows, but I noticed that there isn't actually a lot of selection in terms of 1x1 tile windows, so that made it a little bit more difficult. So I just went ahead and went with that. It is a mix of different styles, may not all go together, but I've done that before. It's just kind of a bit eccentric, I suppose. So this build didn't actually take me that long in total. I think it was probably around like maybe 25 minutes or so, just around that amount of time. So normally if a build kind of took that long, it would be a very short speed build, but what I actually did was, as you can see, that we're doing the play testing as I'm kind of going, so you can actually see me play testing it and working around that as well, which I thought would be interesting to, you know, include, as, you know, instead of me just doing it off screen, so you can kind of see how things may not work and how I kind of rectified it, so you can just kind of see the process a little bit more, since the build didn't take me that long. And I did actually do a lot of outdoor kind of stuff as well. I wasn't too sure if that would be allowed in this challenge. I don't know if there's actually any challenge rules for this or if it's just like a name for like a build. So I kind of just went for everything that you need to live, like all the functioning things that you need, like the basic things are inside the home. So you got somewhere to sleep, eat, cook, go, you know, the bathroom, stuff like that. So you got everything you actually need. So you don't need anything on the exterior. Everything that you need is in the 4x4 space. But everything on the exterior is kind of just additional stuff to kind of fill up the space a bit. I did actually do it on a 20x15 lot in Newcrest, as you can see. But even that, it was still a lot of space. So I even managed to fit in a pool in the backyard with an outdoor seating area. There's also a few garden and planter pots as well, just those really small circle ones, and also just a whole bunch of landscaping just to fill up the space a bit more, since there was so much extra space than what I needed. So I did that little bit as well. And then I kind of did like a porch area around the house here too. So I didn't want to go ahead and cover it up any more than I did there with that roof there with the half wall. So I just went ahead and used those little kind of, I don't know what you would call those, like porch cover things. I don't even know what you call them, like trellis, roof trellis, I have no idea. So I went ahead and used those just to kind of, you know, make it look like it's got a little bit of a roof on the thing there, the porch, but not too much. And then also went ahead and put a barbecue area on there, an additional outdoor seating area with like a little table, and like the bin and stuff like that. And I don't know if I mentioned, but I did do a little bit of landscaping as well. And actually this build doesn't have that many packs. I knew it wasn't going to be that many packs anyway to begin with, but I did kind of do that thing which I mentioned in the last video, I think it was, which was the Coral Lane video, which is actually going up in 7 minutes for me as I'm doing this voiceover. But anyway, in that video, I did make like a limited pack build. And what I was saying I did is that I kind of just did the build how I wanted to do, and then when I upload to the gallery, you know how it tells you what packs you use, and if you click on those pack icons it tells you which specific items are used. Well, I kind of go through all those and just kind of see which packs that have been used have very little items used from them. So I think for fitness stuff I actually just used the wallpaper and the exterior. There were a few other ones like Jungle Adventure where I used the stove and fridge from there, so I kind of just went ahead and changed things out just to reduce the amount of unnecessary packs, just to kind of make it a little bit easier for you to download, and it doesn't really affect me in a creative aspect either, because I can still do what I want, and it just kind of removing things that wouldn't really bother me anyway, so just kind of makes it easier for you to download. I also went ahead and used some of those little crystal clear floor tile things. That's what the item's called, crystal clear, and I went ahead and used those little skylight things on the roof from Island Living, which I really love, so I went ahead and used those and just kind of let a little bit more light in. And now we're just working on the exterior, doing a little bit of landscaping and such. I do go back into the interior shortly just to kind of adjust a few things, because I think I went ahead and put a coffee pot on one of the island counters, but I actually needed to take that away because it meant that there wasn't actually any space for Sims to actually cook on, so I had to go ahead and remove that. But saying that, if you do want to have that coffee pot, feel free to add it back in, because the laptop that I use, I purposely used the laptop instead of a PC. So your Sims can actually put it in their inventory when they're not using it, so they have an extra counter space if they have somebody else that's, you know, there maybe, or if you just want to have, you know, like an appliance on the counter and also a space to eat, or a space to kind of cook, you know, that's an option there too. So I'm really glad that we did have that, and I think nowadays, you know, with everything that we have in game now, it made it a lot more easier, because, you know, we have a lot more different items, such as, you know, the kind of laptop, which makes things a little bit easy. There are other things as well, such as, you know, well, I don't know if this has always been the case, but with like the bathroom mirror and stuff, like, well, just mirrors in general, well, you don't need a dresser, so there isn't any dresser in this build because you can just use a mirror. And the other things I didn't use in this build, which what I kind of thought of, though, was, you know, the one tile desk from City Living, that very kind of tiny side table nightstand thing from Seasons as well. So all those little things that were gotten, you know, more recent packs makes like an older challenge like this more easy to kind of do and just work out how to get things right and stuff. And yeah, so we're just kind of working on a few finishing touches, and we're just kind of putting a little bit of landscaping. It isn't really, you know, anything that's spectacular, just a little bit of landscaping just to fill up the space a bit. And I didn't use any fence, as you can see. We're just using some kind of hedge stuff around the exterior. Hedges around the exterior, just to kind of make it as the fence instead of using an actual fence. I don't know why I didn't use an actual fence. It would have been, you know, fine, but I just went ahead and used that. And even this little bit kind of pile of books there as well. After I even took the coffee table out, it still wouldn't let me use it because of those books on the back, so I had to also go ahead and remove those. I did go ahead and put a little bit of clutter in, but not really that much. Just a little bit on the nightstand and also on that bookshelf there as well. And just went ahead and used those. I don't know if you noticed, but the bookshelf and nightstand I'm using is the ones from the base game update that we got a little while ago, so I went ahead and used that. And those two items actually pair nicely together on top of each other, and also they're both functional because you don't need to, like, you know, move one up or anything. It just works really well. And I did actually slow this bit, like, part of the video down. I don't know if you've noticed, but I went ahead and did that just because I know some people like to kind of see the video at kind of a slower pace, I guess. So for the last minute here, I'm just kind of slowing the video down so you can actually just see it at a different, you know, speed, because I always do the same speed for all my videos, and it's as fast as it'll go in my editor. So I just kind of try here and there sometimes at the end of videos, or just here and there, and just kind of do a different speed in the video just to kind of see what you think. So that's what we're doing here. I would actually say this is probably on the very much of a slower side, to be honest, but you know, it's just a little bit of an experiment, I suppose. I probably won't do it this slow in the future if I do end up slowing down speed builds in general, but I think this kind of the speed I have at the minute is fine anyway. But now we're just going around doing a few finishing touches. I was just kind of doing a little bit of extra decoration stuff where I could. And yes, so I really hope you enjoyed today's speed build. In the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of it. If you have any more suggestions for other builds, any other challenges that you want to see on the channel next, that'd be really helpful to hear. Once again, you can go ahead and download this build from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I'll also go ahead and put a link in the description to the online gallery if it's easier for you to download the build that way. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!